All right, so for today's lecture, we're going to create Python package. And I've added a new section here on the website, cookiecutter. Okay, have you heard about cookiecutter? Kind of like making cookies, just the cookiecutter is just a template, but it's basically a utility that allows you to create files and directories using a certain template. If you have never used it, great. So we're going to try it out today. And there's a Python package template. So in order to create a package, your file need to have a certain directory, certain structure in order to be recognized as a Python package. You can certainly create things from scratch, but it's so much easier to just use some template rather than you have to start everything from scratch. And this is kind of like when you are building your house, or maybe you are trying to design your kitchen, right? You probably don't want to, unless you really want to, you want to like buy all the stuff and then, for example, try to build the furniture yourself. You can just buy something, for example, from IKEA. You can go there to see the design and then, okay, I like this one. And 1, 2, 3, you can just order them all at once and then you can ask somebody to do it for you. But certainly it's possible to do things from scratch. But what we're trying to do here today is use the template. So basically, we're going to go around and then look at the template and then just adopt the template and then we create everything for you rather than you have to do low level heavy lifting to design all the specific components. The nice thing about the template is also have so-called GitHub actions that can help you automatically do testing for your packages once you upload to GitHub. And that's basically the power of using this free open source platform that allows you to integrate a lot of tools for checking your packages. So in that way, you don't have to, test your packages on a physical computer, right? You might be using Windows. How do you figure out like whether your package is going to work on a Mac computer? If you don't have a Mac computer, how do you figure out you're going to work on Linux? You don't have a Linux computer, right? So for me, I do all my software development using Linux computer. I don't test my packages on Windows, but GitHub will help you test your things across platform. So we're going to get into that later, but for today, we're just going to use the template to create a package. So here, we need to install 2 packages. One is called cookiecutter. The other one is called bump my version. So it's basically for doing version control, how to release a newer version when you are ready. And we also have here a lot of steps. Okay, looks a little bit scary, but it's not. Okay, once you get used to it, you can create a package and then publish it. Maybe I would say 5 minutes. Done. You can repeat the whole process. But today we're going to slow down, give you the step-by-step guides how to create your package and how to push to GitHub and how to push this one to PyPI so that anyone can install, anyone can find the packages. Kind of like now, if you have a cell phone, you can install an app from Android, from iOS, right? So how do you actually find out? Like you do the search, you find out the package, the app, and then you just install it. As simple as that. So for Python users, you can go to PyPI to search the name, and then they can download, they can install it just using a pip command, or using conda. All right, and we're going to talk about how to add functionalities for the rest of the semester. But today is just going to build the foundation, how to create things easily using a template. Any questions before I get started? Again, if you don't have a name yet, that's fine, but keep in mind, when you're trying to publish to PyPI, your name needs to be unique because if the name that you're going to use has been taken, sorry about that, you need to choose a different name because it must be unique. Only one package can have the same name. Also, the other thing is you need to be careful about if there's a name that's like a longer name and then you're trying to use partially that name, it probably doesn't work. So I don't know like how PyPI determines that the name of the package. I forgot. You need to test it because when you're trying to publish, you're going to say this name is very similar to an existing one, and then you say you cannot publish it. Okay. So, for example, there might be a package called let's say Elon Musk. Okay. I'm not sure if they exist or not. And you're trying to have something EMAS. It may not work. I don't know. You just need to test it. But you want to have something different. If this already been taken, you can give a hyphen, something like but you also don't want to have your name too long. So this is right now a good time to think about what do I want for my package, and potentially, if someday your package become popular, it's going to tie to your identity. So you want something to be professional, short, descriptive, or you can just design something for your thesis or dissertation. That's fine as well. Okay, so let's now get started. So go to the page. First, we need to install a package. You can use pip or you can use conda. So for me, I normally use conda. If you're using UV, then you use pip. Okay, so I'm going to open my terminal and let me zoom out a little bit. Conda activate, and then I'm going to use use Mamba. Okay. You can use conda as well if you want to. So both of these packages should be available. The first one, cookiecutter, allows us to create the template. But my version is for us to release a new version. We may not use it today, maybe in the next lecture, but we're going to use the cookiecutter today to create a package. All right, hopefully it's not taking too long. We get it, blah, blah. Maybe just use pip, used to be much faster. But because these two packages are pretty small, so they are not a whole lot of dependencies. But if you are trying to install some large packages, it's going to have a lot of dependencies. You might need to be careful about using pip and mix with conda because, like I said, pip is faster, but pip doesn't really consider all the dependencies. So it's going to install it anyway. And if some of the packages are incompatible, pip doesn't really care that much. So for example, I give you an analogy, right? Right now, I'm trying to cook some food for you guys. And you're all happy with my dish, but suddenly there's some new guests coming in. And you just invite them then, and some of them may be vegetarian or whatever. They don't eat chicken. Then you're going to have trouble. But they're going to put it in anyway. And so the new guys, they don't care. It's just you eat chicken, okay? Even if you're vegetarian. So pip is generally not. In the past, it doesn't really care, but now it will give you a warning at the bottom. If something goes wrong, you're going to say, okay, it doesn't take into a dependency. This one requires this one requires that. But you install anyway. So sometimes it might break your stuff. So that's why I recommend, if you can, try to do everything using conda. So in this way, and right now I can just conda list. So pretty much every package will be coming from the conda first channel, right? It's coming all from the last column here. If it comes from pip, sometimes it will break things, just so you know. All right, so now we have this, okay? We are ready. So now we can start using cookiecutter. So this is where we're going to start from scratch. So the template is coming from my GitHub repository. So this is the one that I adapt from the cookiecutter Python package template, but I added some additional things. So that makes it easy for us to basically create geospatial packages. And with documentation, we also with GitHub Actions. Again, this is kind of like just something is a template, but let me show you how to use it. So first, just copy this command, cookiecutter, blah, blah. You can maybe, let me show you here. I'm going to go to maybe my documents directory here. And how about this? I'm going to open my terminal here. So I'm going to create a package. Or maybe I changed my mind. I'm going to create under my downloads directory. Because later we're going to create a GitHub repository with the same name. So this one right now is just temporary. So go to maybe your downloads directory, open your terminal, or cd into your terminal to the directory. And from here, just type GOOKIECUTTER. Okay, is this something wrong? Oh, you need to conda activate, sorry. Conda activate geo. Whatever environment that you install cookiecutter, so COOKIECUTTER. So if you type cookiecutter, so right now on Linux, it's green color. That means that one should be working fine. If you type cookiecutter, hit enter, something goes wrong. That means you're either not in the correct environment or you didn't install cookiecutter properly. All right, is it working? So if it is working, now we can get started. So I'm going to clear the output. Going back to here, step number 1, just copy this cookie cutter, and then it's going to pull this one from GitHub. Basically, going to pull from my GitHub repository. So just copy the entire line, and then from here, Control V, hit enter. All right. So now you're going to ask your full name. Just follow the instructions. So this should be real, okay? Because later I want to post to GitHub, and eventually people want to figure out like who developed this package. You can use a fake name if you don't want people to know your name, but you also want something to be real, okay? Not from fake. So I'm going to enter my real name here. Hit enter. Your email. So this email should be the one that you use for a GitHub account. Whatever email that you use, this one should be the real email, okay? Don't use a fake email. So for me, I'm going to enter PI. Yeah, for some reason, I think the recordings post somehow, I forgot where it was. 10 minutes. Let me see. Yeah, we might be missing some minutes. Anyway, that's bad. I need to redo it maybe later. Anyway, so now we have this Python package. If you go back to your downloads directory, you should see this one. Right? Do you see all the files? So basically what we did is just use the template and then just customize a little bit. Now we have this package. So you have a name in here, GODV, right? And this is where you have a underscore init. So this is actually required for a Python package. Without this file, it's not really a Python package. Also, very important, at the root directory, you should be seeing maybe the Py project toml file. So this is the one is also determines what dependencies inside the package. We will change this later, but for now, that's it. We are ready to go. So right now, the package is on our local computer. What we want is to host on GitHub so that we can publish this one on PyPI. So how are we going to do that? Next, head over to your GitHub account. Again, all the steps are in here. So we have finished the first one. We still have 12 steps to go. My goodness. It's actually pretty simple, so don't worry too much. So go over to your GitHub account. Upper right corner here, create new repository. Okay. So from here, choose the name by default. It should be yourself. And the repository name, in general, the name should be the same as your Python package name. Don't try to make it different because it might get confused later. So for me, my package name is GODV, right? Again, don't use this name, okay? You're not going to be able to publish. If we say the name is available, even if you put it in the account, but your package name is the one really matters. Later, I'm going to push to PyPI. You won't be able to do that because the name has been taken. So for me, I'm just doing this, and then a description. You can do the same thing. Okay, don't click too fast, okay? Don't do anything yet because you're going to have problem. So right now, description, I can say, okay, Python package for geospatial analysis and mapping. Public, don't check any of these boxes. It's going to come from the template that we created earlier. So just keep this as default. Click create repository. That's it. We just need an empty shell, nothing else. Nothing you need to do right now. All right. So once you have this, now we are good to go. So what you need to do here is to maybe find the URL. So this should be the URL to your Git repository. GitHub.com, your username, and then the package name .git, and that's it. Right now, because it's empty repository, there's not a green button for you to copy the URL, right? But it's the same. It's pretty much here. It's this one. Okay. So Control-C, come back to your local computer. And now we're going to clone the empty repository to your computer. Because earlier we already have this one here under my downloads directory. So now we're going to create another one in another location. So that because they're the same name, you won't be able to create two directories using the same name. So for me, I'm going to go to my documents, or you go somewhere else, whatever you like. And open the terminal here. Now we can clone the repository to our computer. So git clone, Control-V, hit enter. We give you a warning saying you appear to have cloned an empty repository. That's actually what we want, is an empty one. So in here, if you click inside, there's nothing inside in there. But you can show the hidden directory if you want. This is a Git repository, nothing in there right now. So the next step is to copy all the files that we created earlier, move to here. Then we can git push, and then you host it on GitHub. So go back to the downloads directory, for example. This is the one, this is the template. So Control A, Control C. Make sure that you show the hidden directory. There's a .github something. That one is hidden. It might be on your Windows computer. You might need to go to the menu and then show all the files. So make sure that you have this one. Again, this is a hidden directory. Yeah, you might not see it on your computer if it doesn't show up. So make sure you see this one. On a Mac, I think it's like Shift Command and then period or something. Or just Google Mac show hidden files. Oh, okay, good. I think I remember like just my muscle memory. I don't use it a lot, but yeah, on Windows there should be a menu and then maybe view, the drop down list, and then like where it is, like show hidden items or something. Yes? No? I forgot where it is. It's somewhere like showing the show hidden files. Anyway, we deal with it later if it doesn't work. So Control A, Control C, and then come back to here, Control V. That's it. So I'm gonna copy all the stuff over. Then from here, I can open this one in VS Code. And we can take a look at some of the files that has been added. Once you open in VS Code, on the left side here, look at this menu. So make sure you see this .github directory. Without that one, you won't have these workflows. So these are all the so-called GitHub actions that can help you test your packages on different platforms, right? So the left side here, I might need to restart the extension, update it. So click this Git icon. You're going to see what's the number? 34. So that means we're adding 34 files to our repository. You will see this UUU. That means it's unstaged yet. If you want, you can hover your mouse to the changes here and then click this one, stage changes. You're going to put all the files. So right now it shows A. A means edit, so the new file. Or you don't really have to. You can just write a message and then Control Enter. It's the same step. But in general, right now it's fine. So what you can do here, you can just type initial commit or whatever message you want to use. Okay, initial commit, and then Control Enter. So this is the same step that we have been doing, right? Making changes to your GitHub repository, commit the changes, push to GitHub. That's it. It's not super complicated. So Control Enter. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. All right, it's done. Then can up right here, push. All right, we are good to go. So now go back to GitHub, refresh. Nice. So now we have the file coming up here. Right now there's a red cross here. You probably don't have this one, so don't worry too much. You should see all of this. If you don't see this, that means your GitHub actions are not running properly. Anyone seeing this? If you click somewhere here, it should pop up and running, checking your package among different operating systems. Yes or no? No? Not showing up? Oh, sorry. I think I missed one step. For the push, you just Control Enter, it's gone, and then here, click this, push. I missed one step, so actually I should have done that earlier. We need to enable the GitHub actions. So if you go to here, settings, actions, general, workflow, so go to your GitHub repository, go to settings, and then on the left side here, actions, left side, general. Scroll down to the bottom here, workflow permissions. You want to change to the first one. Otherwise, because when it's checking your stuff, it needs some like right permission. Click the save button. This one is very important. Otherwise, it's not going to work properly. By default, GitHub just grant read permission. So we need read and write permissions together. Go back to your main repository. So now probably you should see this one running. Yes or no? Or you can go to the Actions tab. It's the same. So you're going to see some of these green check marks and maybe something else. But in general, you should see something spinning over there. Yes? If not, something is wrong. I can fix it later. So, and that's it. So now we have a Python package. It's up and running. Anyone can install. So the package doesn't have to be necessarily be published on PyPI. You can actually install this one on a local computer. So for example, I can click this one and just copy the URL. If you want to install it on your computer, I can actually do that. So you can open your terminal and then conda activate geo. All right, and then you can just pip install git plus Control V. This is just something extra, okay? You may not use it, but if you find some packages on GitHub that you want to use, but that package is not available on PyPI, you can still utilizing this way to install it. Kind of like if you're using an Android phone, you can install apps from the Google Play Store, or you can download the APK and then install it manually. So this is kind of like install it manually. It's going to download the repository from GitHub and then install it. So the command is pip install git and then the plus icon. So that means it's going to come from Git rather than from PyPI. Otherwise, it will be pip install and then the name of the package. But right now, we are providing Git and also the GitHub repository link. And if you hit enter, next to install is go online and click copy the packages and then install it, build the environment. Hopefully nothing, no errors. So this one here is going to show you successfully install GODV version 0.0.1. Okay, that means it's there. Questions? So the next step that we need to do is to publish it on PyPI. So let me show you how to do that. Again, you can go back to the steps in here. So we create a repository, we configure the GitHub Actions permissions, and then clone, copy the file, push changes. So we have finished 6 steps, 7 more to go. Hopefully it's not taking too long. The next step is to create a PyPI API token. So API token means it's basically just like your username and password, but you don't have to type your real username and your real password. It's token, so that means it's equivalent to your username and password, but just another form of verify your identity. So the source code is on GitHub. The package is being published on PyPI. There are 2 different companies, but they need to talk to each other. So the reason we want to do this, in the future, we're going to just push changes to GitHub. We don't have to worry about this one. We don't have to worry about PyPI. GitHub will automatically help us push the package to PyPI. Yes? So to copy this one. Yeah. So basically earlier when we create an empty create package repository, you should have this one, right? It's under, for example, under the downloads directory. Yeah, you created this package repository. And then you need to go to maybe another directory, clone your empty repository from GitHub, and then copy all these files from your template into the GitHub repository. So in that way, we just kind of move things over to the repository. All right. So next, let's create an API token. Again, you need to open PyPI. Make sure you have an account. Log in. Upper right corner here. Click your name, and then go to maybe your account settings. Or you can look at a project. For now, it's empty because you don't have any project here. For me, I already have a bunch of projects. My goodness, I already have 34 packages. But let's create one. Your package doesn't show up yet, but it will show up later. On the left side, click Account Settings. So this is where we create the API token. Confirm password. If you scroll down, do you find this one, API tokens? Find a section under your account settings, API tokens. Okay, did you find it? No? Log into your account and then this one here, account settings. If you don't have an account, just sign up one like very quickly. Find the account settings. Yes. Account settings, and then scroll down. I'm not sure if I disclose any private information or not. Yeah, I think I'm fine. No, anything secret here. Go down to the API token. There's a button here, Add API token. Okay. So click this button, and we're going to give an API token. So this is where we're going to create one. Under the scope, select entire account, all projects. In general, it's not a good practice to do this, but because our package has not shown up in PyPI yet, it's not going to show up on the drop-down list. So we're going to basically allow GitHub to do things on our behalf on PyPI.com. So select entire account, all right? Then give a token name. For example, your whatever like name you like. For example, GEODEV, maybe GitHub. It can be anything that just an identifier so that you know what the API token is used for. Okay, and click this create token. Okay, don't close this page yet. This contains super secret information that's going to show up only once. If you miss it, you need to recreate one. So this is basically a token. Look at this one. And right now I'm showing you to you. I will delete it later, okay? With that, everyone can access to my account. So kind of like this is a API token. That means allows program to talk to this one programmatically. And it's very dangerous if people have access to API token. If you're doing cloud computing, you're going to encounter the API token, API key all the time. So make sure that you protect this one. Don't show it to anyone because otherwise your account will be hacked. And I'm going to delete this one after this lecture so nobody can have access to my account. But for now, this is what we need to do, okay? So the next step is to go back to GitHub. Don't close it yet. Go to your GitHub repository. So let me close this one here. Go to your Python package and then go to settings. Over here, under the, where is it? Secrets and variables. On the left side here, secret and variables. Click actions. Okay. On the right, you're going to have this repository secret. So what we need is to click new repository secret. And we need to give a name and also value. So go back to the website. From here, we need to have two secrets. The first one is called PyPI username. So copy this one and go back to this GitHub repository here. PyPI underscore username, all uppercase, okay? Just copy, don't type because you're gonna have typos sometimes. Go back to the website and then copy this one, underscore underscore token, underscore underscore, okay? Control C. Paste this one. Are you ready? PyPI underscore username, and then underscore underscore token underscore. Okay, so this is just the username. If you don't understand it right now, it's okay. Just do as I'm showing you here. Add secret. All right, so we're done with the first step. Second one, copy this one, PyPI password. Go back to here, new repository secret, paste. And this is the secret, okay? This one will be the password. So you need to go back to your PyPI account. From the web page here, click copy token, okay? Copy this token, come back to here, paste it. And then add secret. Then you should be good to go. So we have this, basically your username and password is being stored on GitHub. So later, GitHub is going to push the package to PyPI on your behalf. Without that, you cannot communicate. So kind of like sometimes you are using Google and then to log into some stuff, it's going to ask you, do you want to authorize access to your account, blah, blah. It's the same thing. But this is more like doing things programmatically rather than using a GUI. And then we are pretty much done with this step. And we have the GitHub credentials. So the next step is to create a GitHub release. So I'm going to show you here. If you go to your GitHub repository, and then on the right here, you should see the releases tab. On the right side, there should be this releases. Click this one, create new release. All right. So from here, right now, there's really nothing going on here. You can choose a tab. So right now, there's no tabs yet, no text yet. You can just enter 0.0.1, basically the new version that we're going to create. Okay. 0.0.01, and then create new tag. For the release title, maybe you can just click this one, generate release note. Okay. It's just cleaning automatically. All right. Are you ready? So this is basically we're trying to release a new version. Right now it's just an empty shell, nothing really fancy in there, but it should be enough. Then I just click this publish release. So let's see if it works or not. And go to the actions tab. There should be a new action coming up here, 0.0.1, and there's going to see the PyPI. So hopefully no error messages, otherwise we'll be in big trouble. If everything has been set up properly, you should be good to go. And the package should be available on PyPI shortly. Okay, nice. See, green check mark. This is what we want to see after you finish the GitHub actions. And there should be a link here, pypi.org project GODV. If you click the link, voila, you see, it's coming, it's published. So now you have officially published your first Python package. If it doesn't show up, something is wrong, or either your name has been taken or it has conflict with other stuff, whatever, you need to choose a different name. You need to restart from scratch. Use a template to create a new package. Go through all the steps, create a new MP repository, copy your stuff from over to the package repository, permit all the changes, push to GitHub, set up the credentials. The credential you can reuse. You don't have to create the PyPI credentials tokens again. But you do need to go to the settings, create a new secret again, follow the same steps. But the tokens can be the same token. You can reuse the token. All right. So see, now I have this set up and it's done. It's how easy it is, right? And you can maybe spend another 5 minutes. You can create another package like very quickly. Create an empty one and it's published. You'll be ready to go. Once it's published, if you go to your projects directory, it should show up. So this one right now is your package. You are the sole owner of the package. And you can go to the view page. Okay, basically it's right now it's here. Not much going on. It's just the home page, the landing page. So next, I'm going to show you how you can enable the documentation so you can have a nice website for your package. Right now, over here, there's not really much inside this one. You can go to the settings, and then on the left side, pages. Okay, just like what we did for your personal website, we can also enable GitHub pages. So from here, you can type. Oh, I think we need to, let me see one more time. GitHub pages. Right now, there's no GH pages yet. So what we can do here is to just go to your repository, and then from here, just type gh-pages. So we're going to create a new branch. And this new branch is going to build the website. Make sure you use this name, gh-pages. Then create branch for this. So once you have this, it should go to the GitHub actions. You will see this one, pages, build, and deployment. So that means right now we're going to build the documentation. So then the Python package template has this everything built in. So you already have those markdowns. And if we build the website, I will show you shortly. This might take a minute or two to build it. Hopefully there's no error messages. And you're going to have a documentation website for your package up and running very quickly. Okay, so you see, it's done, deployment. If you click this one, it takes you to the website. You should have This one right now is just a markdown. And if you go back right now to the pages again, deployment, you should see this one. It's being deployed automatically. Oh, it should, let me see here, something is wrong. It should not be the markdown, it should be something else. So let me check here one more time, GitHub, and then workflows, docs. I think we're running out of time. I'll fix this one later for the next lecture. So showing you how to build the website for your Python package. For now, I can just go to the About page and then enable this one. Okay, save changes. Now I should have this one. So under your account, it should be your username.github.io and then slash the package name. It should take you to this. This right now is just a markdown. It's not the MKDocs website, just like DivMap and Gmap yet, but you will have this one in the next lecture. Okay, so that's all for today. Questions?